Hey, Joy Seekers, welcome back to Find the Joy with Jen. I am so glad that you're here. Today, we are exploring three words that can completely change the way you experience divorce: awareness, acceptance, and agency. Divorce can feel like a hurricane ripping through your life. One day, you think you know where your future is headed, and the next, you're staring at pieces shattered everywhere: legal battles, emotional pain, financial uncertainty, and the big question, what now? If you're in the middle of it, you know how overwhelming it feels. But these principles, awareness, acceptance, and agency, can serve as anchors in the storm. They can help you slow down, find clarity, and step forward with confidence and faith. So let's walk through them together. Before we dive in, let me shine a little awareness on something. You haven't subscribed yet, friend. Don't worry, this isn't an acceptance step. It's just one quick click. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my weekly encouragement and tools to help you navigate divorce with faith and joy. Let's talk about divorce awareness. Divorce awareness begins with just noticing. When you're going through a divorce, there is so much noise. The lawyers, the court documents, the family opinions, the children's needs, and of course, financial stress. It's easy to get swept up in all of it and lose track of the most important thing: you. You are your biggest asset, friend. Awareness means pressing pause on all of the external chaos and turning inward. Ask yourself a few questions like, how am I really doing? What emotions am I feeling right now? What story am I telling myself about this divorce? So important to just get some awareness about yourself, the thoughts that you're choosing to think, and how you're feeling in your divorce journey. Without awareness, we operate on autopilot. We react instead of responding, and so many times we make decisions out of fear rather than using our own wisdom and deciding how we want to show up in all of these really stressful situations. So here is the truth, my friend. Divorce doesn't just happen between two people. It happens inside of you too. It impacts your identity and your sense of stability and your beliefs about yourself and about your future. Awareness is the first step towards untangling all of that. So let's slow it down a little bit. Maybe you're unsure about the decision to divorce. Maybe you're wondering if you could have tried harder, or maybe even doubting if you made the right choice in moving ahead with divorce. Awareness suggests, instead of making a decision right now, keep gathering more information. Pay attention to what you're experiencing. Just observe yourself without judgment for a little while. Think of awareness like a flashlight. Imagine that you are in a dark cave. You don't know where the path leads. Everything feels dark and scary. But once you shine that flashlight, you begin to see. Okay, there is a wall here and an opening over there and a rock I could trip on. Nothing in the cave has changed, but your ability to navigate it has, with this new added light. That's what awareness does during divorce. It helps you see clearly so you can take the next step with confidence. So, let me give you a practical way to apply this awareness in your situation. Take 5 minutes every day this week and write down your honest feelings. Don't edit them, don't judge them. Just notice them, okay? At the end of the week, look back and ask, what patterns do I see? This brings awareness. And spiritually speaking, awareness invites God into this process. Psalms 139, verse 23 says, "Search me, God, know my heart, test me, and know my anxious thoughts." Awareness allows God to meet you exactly where you are. And I know He is waiting for you to invite Him into your journey, wherever that is right now. Okay, let's talk about acceptance. Once you've gained awareness, the next step is acceptance. Now, let me clear this up right away. Acceptance is not approval. You don't have to approve or choose the situation that you're in. Maybe your spouse chose the divorce and it's not what you wanted. You don't have to approve of it to accept it. Okay, you have to stop resisting their choice. Stop wishing they would just make a different choice and accept the choice they have made. You also don't have to approve of betrayal or broken promises or abandonment or pain. Acceptance simply means acknowledging reality exactly as it is right now. You don't have to choose trauma or betrayal or even divorce to accept that that is what is happening, that that is what your spouse has chosen, or that is the best path forward, even if it's not your first choice. Choosing acceptance means you stop resisting the things about your situation that you don't like or didn't choose. Now, here's the danger of not accepting. When we live in denial or resistance about our situation, we cannot heal. We keep clinging to the way things should be, and we miss the opportunity to grow and make progress with what is happening. Let me give you an example to apply this situation. Let's say you have a bone fracture in your foot and you refuse to admit that your foot is broken. So you keep walking on it or running on it, causing more damage. Acceptance is saying, okay, there's a problem going on in my foot. I'm going to get it checked out. I'm going to find out if it's broken or not. And if it is broken, then you need to set that bone so it can heal. That means take a break from your normal activities, stop the running or the walking, and put a cast on it so it can heal. Divorce acceptance might sound like, I accept that my marriage has ended or is ending. I accept that my life looks totally different than what I had hoped for or expected. And I accept that this hurts. Notice that none of those statements mean you approve of it. They simply name the reality exactly the way that it is. When you move into acceptance, something shifts inside of you. The shame begins to lift. The endless questions of what if this or what if that, they lose their grip, and you begin to see possibilities for your future. One of my favorite scriptures about acceptance is John chapter 8, verse 32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth does not always feel good at first, but it does open the door to freedom. I'm going to share a personal story here. When we faced some really big challenges in our blended family with one of our children, I resisted the situation for a long time. I just kept thinking if we pray harder or fast more, or I just keep trying or getting them help, then the situation will change. But the longer I resisted accepting their choices and the reality of the situation, the more stuck I felt and just kept living in denial about what was really happening. The turning point came when I finally admitted this is real. This is their choice. And I have to accept that. I don't like it, but I can accept that it's part of their story and my story now. That acceptance didn't erase the pain, but it freed me to begin loving and accepting my child, regardless of the choices they were making in their life, and accepting the new reality that I could live with these choices if I just accepted that's what they chose. It changed everything for me. So I would love for you to try this in your life, and I'd love for you to share how it goes. Let me give you a practical way to apply acceptance in your life right now. I want you to get out a piece of paper or your notes app on your phone and write down a situation that you've been struggling with, something you've been resisting and refusing to accept, and choose to accept it right now. Keep it simple. Write a statement. I accept this. and put it somewhere where you will see it often. Let it remind you that acceptance is not weakness, it is a strength, and it will help you move forward. Okay, let's talk about agency. Agency is about reclaiming your power to choose. When you're considering divorce, going through divorce, or even after divorce, it is so common and normal to feel powerless. Maybe your spouse made decisions that you didn't want, and now you're living with the consequences of those. That's hard. Maybe the court has made rulings that seem unfair. Maybe your financial situation is really difficult and you're struggling, or your kids' needs leave you feeling like your hands are tied. I get all of that. But here is the truth, friend. You still have agency. You still have the God-given power to choose your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. You get to choose how you want to show up in the situations that you're in right now. You get to choose your next step, whatever that is. Exercising your divorce agency is about moving from the thought, I have to, into the thought, I choose to. Let me give you some examples, okay? Instead of thinking, I have to go to court again, you can choose to think, I choose to show up in court and represent my best self. Instead of thinking, I have to heal, you can say, I choose to prioritize my healing. Instead of thinking, I have to start over, you can choose to think, I choose to build a new life that reflects who I really am. It's a subtle shift in the thoughts that you choose to think, but it makes all of the difference. You're stepping back into your power by choosing the thoughts that you want to have on purpose. That shift in the language might feel small, but it is so powerful. It puts you back in the driver's seat of your life. And here's the exciting part. Agency also means you get to choose how you want to write the next chapter in your story, my friend. Do you want to live in bitterness or in peace? Do you want to carry resentment or learn to forgive? Do you want to stay stuck in the past or lean into the future God has prepared for you? One of my favorite scriptures about agency is Joshua 24, verse 15. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Every day you have the opportunity to choose love, to choose healing, and to choose to lean into your faith. So let me give you a practical way to apply agency this week in your life. Choose one area of your life where you have been feeling powerless and reframe it. Instead of thinking, I can't, ask, what choice do I have here? Write it down and then act on it. So let me pull all of this together. We all know divorce is messy. It's a train wreck. We all know it. It's full of pain and it shakes everything you thought you knew about yourself, about your life, and about your future. But you do not have to let it define you. Awareness helps you slow down and notice what is really happening inside of you. Acceptance helps you face the reality of whatever is happening in your life without shame or resistance. And that opens the door to agency. Agency helps you reclaim your power and choose your path forward. These three principles don't just help you survive divorce, they help you rebuild your life with strength and clarity and faith. So here's my challenge for you this week, friends. With awareness, take 5 minutes every day and write down your thoughts and your feelings and notice the patterns that show up at the end of the week. With acceptance, write one statement of reality that you are ready to accept right now. Remind yourself of it every day. And with agency, choose one area of your life that you will reframe from I have to into I choose to. You may feel overwhelmed, but remember this. You are not walking this path alone, my friend. God is with you every step of the way. As you practice awareness, acceptance, and agency, you will begin to see the light break through whatever storm is happening in your life right now. If this video gave you some light and clarity today, please give it a thumbs up. That will help more people find this encouragement. And share your thoughts or even your own awareness, acceptance, and agency moments in the comments below. I read everyone and I love hearing from you, friend. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode has encouraged you, share it with someone else who might need the same reminders today. And don't forget to follow me on all the socials for more Christian divorce support and a little more Jenn juice in your life. Until next time, joy seekers, keep looking forward, keep trusting God, and keep seeking joy, my friends. Bye, y'all.